Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the windshield and rear window washer bottle. The location they're located right behind the bumper cover, they can get broken pretty easily. We're going to show you how to do it on this 2002 Escape. The bottle's the same for any 01 to 2007, and the procedure should be about the same as well. Tools you'll need are short Phillips screwdriver, a flat blade screwdriver, 10mm socket with a ratchet and extension, and a catch pan. You're going to remove a 10mm bolt here and here to start. Fast forward here as I use a 10mm socket and ratchet to remove those two bolts, and pretty much this is what I'll do throughout the video. I'll show you the step and then I'll kind of fast forward through me doing it. Okay, now you can see I have the car raised up off the ground. You don't need to raise the car off the ground, it just certainly makes it a lot easier to film. There's going to be a series of Phillips clips. Okay, so here's one of the clips. Use a Phillips screwdriver, lightly try and turn this. The center should come out. Okay, and then when the center comes out, the whole clip will pop out. Okay, so there's 3 on the side here. There's 3 on the other side, as well as a couple right up under here, underneath your grill. And here again, we'll fast forward as I remove the rest of those clips. Once you get those out, then there are 2 more. You pull this back, okay, and it's probably a little difficult to see, but up in there is another one of those little Phillips clips. If you feel up in here with your hand, you'll feel the head of it. Okay, and the best strategy for these is actually just pull firmly down on them and the clips will break free. Okay, now there are a series of 10mm bolts under here. One there. One there. Okay, one up. There's a few up under here. On the other side. I'm going to fast forward through removing these. Because these bolts are up underneath, a lot of times they're rusted from salt and sand and whatnot. So they'll be difficult to get apart, and you could see as I went through in the previous shot, one of them was broken off, and you may break 1 or 2 off, but you know, do your best to get them out. One of them, I actually go back, spray on some penetrant, wait, and see if the penetrating oil will help. If you break 1 or 2 of them off, it's not the biggest thing. You can put it back together with just 1 or 2 of them missing them. And you can see as I get the last bolt broken free, the bumper cover is about to basically come right off. And you can see I've got the bumper cover off now. If your vehicle does have fog lights, then at this point, before you pull the bumper cover too far off, you would want to reach inside and just disconnect each fog light. Okay, so right on the back here are your pumps, and there's a connection. You press in the middle of the connection and pull up. Okay, there's a little tab right in the middle, and then your other one is right over here. And press in the middle of the connector. And pull up, disconnect those. And now here's where the fluid starts coming out. You can feel the hoses right on the bottom of the pumps, and you just want to try and twist the hose to get it to come out, and twist and pull it off. I'm going to let that drain out. Okay, now to remove the pump, let's take a regular screwdriver and pry up underneath. Kind of alternate back and forth, prying the bottom and pulling, and the pumps come right out. Now fast forward here as I pull that second pump out. Okay, right here there's a 10mm bolt. Allows to take this apart. Now to remove your reservoir, you'll need to remove that bolt right in there. You'll also, if you look right here, there's a little pin that you'll need to pull back and out of the reservoir and pull the hoses out. And you can do that easier when you get it down. And then then coming from the front here, there's another bolt, 10mm, right up underneath there. And here I'll fast forward as I use my 10mm socket with my ratchet and a long extension, and go up from the bottom and get that bolt, and then get the bolt on the top, which is pretty easy to get to actually. Now as that comes down, pull that clip out, and then you have to push your water bottle backwards and bring it down. Cap's just a little hung up here. Okay, and there's your water bottle out. Bring the reservoir back up in. Bring it up in, make sure your fill tube goes in the right place. Okay, and then push it back against your fender and get this front guide where it belongs. Okay, so it's up in, and this is up in the upper hole here. I'll speed up here again. What I'm able to do is reach right up there with my hand, get that bolt started, and then tighten it up with the socket, ratchet, and extension. Then put the upper bolt in and tighten it up as well, and then tighten that, or put that bolt back in the wheel well and tighten that up. Okay, now you can reinstall your washer pumps. Push them in firmly. Reconnect the hoses. Okay. Reconnect
harnesses.
Now you can
Okay, so I've
refill
refilled
your reservoir,
my,
and it's time to test it.
Washer bottle. Okay, so now I pull the, and we're working properly.
And a couple quick notes on the test. You do have to have your hood closed. There is a switch that prevents the washers from working if the hood's not closed. And also test both washers. Possibly you could connect the wrong connections, and in that case, when you pulled your windshield washers, your back window might go off. So if you do that, just switch the electrical connections and you'll be all set. Okay, I'm going to kind of speed through this a little bit. At this point, if the first thing you want to do is make sure that all your clips are out, especially those clips you had to kind of reach up underneath. Make sure those are out of the bumper cover, and then if you have fog lights, reconnect them, and then have your 2 bolts ready for the top, and put the bumper cover back in place, and just kind of finger tighten those 2 top bolts to hold it. Okay, now go up underneath and just make sure that the black lower fascia kind of overlaps the gray part of the fascia. And on my vehicle, the center bolt was still there, so I just kind of put that in and preliminarily tighten it up to hold things in place. Next, you're going to put all the clips back in, and you want to kind of set them up like this. Have the screw kind of just inserted a little bit so that you can push them in place. And then obviously do the ones up underneath first. Push them into the fascia first, and then up into the fender and lock them in place. Okay, and obviously repeat for the other side as well. Okay, and kind of keeping the work pace going. I'm going to put the clips up in underneath the grill, and then I'm going to start all the 10mm bolts for the bottom. Again, if one of these or 1 or 2 of them break, not a big deal. You can put it back together with what you have. It's pretty much inevitable that if you have a car with quite a few miles on it, that 1 or 2 of them will break. And then once you're done starting them in, then tighten them up. And now here, I'm just putting the rest of those Phillips style pins back in that hold the sides of the wheel wells. And then finish off by tightening up the 2 top bolts on each side of the grill. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.